Welcome to Brown's Rod and Custom, your home for street rods, muscle cars, and Volkswagen content. This is my dad, Big Ron. He's our body man and fabricator. This is my beautiful wife, Megan, our editor-in-chief and supporter. And this is me, Adam, the designer and mechanic for our projects. If you find our videos helpful, like and subscribe for more content.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Happy Wednesday, happy hump day. It is Wednesday, August 20th, I believe. It's about 9:43 in the morning. We've been working over here a little bit, getting set up. Kind of run you through what we're going to be doing today. So, 58 Apache. That's what we're working on. 58 Chevy Apache. We're going to be making this patch panel here and getting it all prepped and ready and in, and kind of seal the tomb here and get this to where we can actually get to a point where we can weld it, grind it, body work it, and all that. We're going to continue on our door jambs on the driver's side and our rocker area, basically the whole jam as a whole. And we're going to continue body work on the back of the cab and dialing all this in. So lots of that happening on the actual truck cab. I'm going to be out here under the big top working on our truck, on our bed, cross braces and bed sides, see where we get. But for right now, I ran across this yesterday with the Bauer surface conditioning tool. It did a pretty good job, but I can't get in these areas with that, so I'm going to be using that right angle there with a gasket removing pad and hit that and see how much of this I can get into with that tool. If it can get in there, which maybe it can, maybe it can't, great. If not, then we'll not today, but another day we'll pull out the sandblaster and try to get into these edges that we can't get in currently. So that's the plan for right now, guys, is bodywork on the truck and little metal fabrication. And then show you again here so you can see what we're up against on the bed. Getting all this together and down to bare metal and ready for epoxy, because tomorrow I'm going to buy epoxy primer, and it'd be nice to have some parts that were kind of ready by this weekend to start getting coated, so getting primed. Because the plan is, unlike before where we've left things in bare metal, I want to get this down to bare metal, get it cleaned up, get it treated, and then get it primed as soon as possible, like literally in the next couple days. So that's kind of where we're at there. So anywho's, if you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We're on these things every day, me and my dad, and we got a lot of work to do on this Apache, and we're going to bring every bit of it to you, so stay tuned, and we'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, so what I did here, this is the back brace for the bed. It had this on there for the trailer wiring and a license plate bracket. I cut those off because we're not going to use those. Now, I just got to get in here and pound these out and clean it up. But, got that done. I still need to come here, kind of take a blade off of that there and here, get that off of there. So that's going to be my next move, and then that should be most of the stuff cut off of the bed that needed to come off. I cut a bolt off of here that was stuck in there, and then I'll get the Bauer out and we'll go across this one and get it cleaned up. Now I did do this with the right angle It's looking pretty good, but I'm gonna have to get a sandblaster inside of here. But not bad so far. It's nice to knock 80% of it down so I don't have to sit here for hours and hours and hours sandblasting. So there's that. Hey guys, okay, so basically what you're looking at is Ron took a big piece of painter's tape and made a template up there and then marked it out and then transferred the tape onto the metal. Now it's got a pretty good idea. He's using his shears here, you see him here, he's ready. Guys, welcome back. So I'm going to give you an update of where we are here. So Big Ron's got this prepped and ready to weld in the patch panel. That brown that you see is weldable primer. We did go over the rust with the OSPO rust treatment earlier. Big Ron's setting up the welder right now. This is the patch panel. You can see we weldable primered the back side of it, and then it'll go in just like that. He's been whittling on it, but that's what we've made. And that's 18 gauge steel. And it's 18, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's 18 gauge, same stuff that came out. So put it right back in. So that's what we're gonna do there here in a second. We'll bring all that to you. I've been out here working on these panels. I went ahead and cut off anything that wasn't necessary on these. On this side here, you have the license plate bracket that hung down. There was a trailer wiring deal that was here that I cut off. Had some random bolts and stuff from where the wood came through, like on here, that I chopped off. Got a bunch of stuff into the garbage. Now this panel, I think I've gotten pretty good. I'll probably scuff that up, but it's pretty good. This one, I've done the outside of it. I just got to kind of get inside here. So that's kind of the next step, is to hit this stuff. And I'll probably use that OSPO on it, honestly. And but knock the edge off of it and then hit it with the OSPO. This one I've got to hit with the Bauer still and go through and do the whole thing. So this one's next. So that'll give us both cross braces for the middle, this one, and then the rear. Pretty much the ability to epoxy prime those whenever we want to do that. And then this will be the next one after that. And then we got to go to Harbor Freight and get some drums, because I'm about out of everything, and start on those bed panels. So lots of work still to come, lots of things to do, but we are getting there. So the hope is that we can actually bolt this bed in the next week or two, have it down to bare metal, epoxy primed white, and bolt it all together on the truck so that we can start figuring out our rear end and width and all of that, and start dialing in some of these bed pieces. You know, if you got bad pitting or anything, you might throw a little all metal on it, that kind of thing, and kind of go down that road. So stay tuned. Whole lot more to come. Big Ron suiting up, got the welder running. He's gonna get up in here and rock and roll. So very exciting. We'll see you guys in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back to Brown's Rod and Custom. Alright, so show you where we got to today. So we got this welded in. Still got to grind it down, do all that, but we got it welded in. A lot of stitch welding that's not necessarily pretty, but it, you know, it does the job. But that patch panel is in now. So now all we get to do is grind that down, do some body work, and Bob's your uncle. Didn't really do anything else back here. We pretty much just focused fire right here. So that's where we're at there. Tomorrow we'll be grinding that down, hopefully getting a skim on it, skim or two of probably that metal filler, and we'll go from there. I worked on the bed for about 6-7 hours, I guess. But I got the crossbars. 3 of the 4 crossbars are ready for, I want to use that OSPO stuff on it, the rust treatment, and then epoxy. So we're looking pretty good there. Still have to do the bed sides, but we're not in a position to do that until tomorrow. So we got to go to Harbor Freight and pick up some more discs and some more drums for the bower and everything else before we start with that monstrosity. But that's where we're at. Been a very successful day, really. These are just the they're just the grind, you know, literally. You just sit here and you make a panel, you weld it in, then you got to grind it down, and there's like 15 steps in that process before you ever get it in there. But the good news is it's done. All we got to do is grind it down now and make it look pretty, and that's the easy part. So very, very happy with that. At this point, you can put a back window in it. It'd be ugly, but you can put a back window in it. After tomorrow, be a lot closer. So that's where we're at there. I'm going to wrap this one up there, guys. Don't have a whole lot else to show you. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to drop my wife off, and then I'm going to head over to my house in Zephyr Hills and start looking at that Mini Cooper of my my daughter-in-law's, and it has no oil in it and 4 flat tires. So I'm already starting out good. So it did run good. I don't know. I'm going to do an oil change, see what the oil looks like, and then swap that out, see if I can get it to start. And it'll start right up, but see if I can get it to run without making any noise. And I might use a little thicker oil and go from there. I'm going to bring my pot compressor and fill up the tires while I'm there in the driveway while I'm doing all the other stuff. And then I'm almost positive that it's got, you know, your typical 732 things wrong with it, but I need to at least get it to where I can start it and run it without, you know, it knocking or doing anything stupid. So we'll see where that goes. I'll keep you updated on that. Hopefully it's just as simple as doing an oil change, putting some air in the tires, and the car's fine. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see where that goes. But anyways, guys, once I do that, I'll be back here. Big Ron will be here tomorrow too, working on this. So we will absolutely get some stuff done for you guys and get some more progress on this and keep pushing this down the road. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you. And we will be back tomorrow morning. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night.